Dear everyone, I am so happy to welcome you at our interview series with international belly dance stars. And today we are going to have an absolutely amazing guest. I'm sure you have seen lots of his tutorials online, and okay, I know his name is on the name of this interview as well, but let me give you a clue. He has lots of tutorials with the folk styles, and you definitely seen him performing lots of Saidi, lots of cane work, and lots of dabke as well. So I'm sure you guessed by now, and I hope you're so happy, just as I am, to welcome Ian Montes on this interview. So let me check if Ian has joined us. Okay, I can see him online already. Let me wave at him. I'm not sure how to add him. Okay, you know, my Instagram skills need further improvement, I can tell you guys, but I really hope that connection is going to be fine today, that everything is going to be nice and smooth. And of course, if you can't hear anything, see anything, let us know in comments so we can be alerted straight away. I have prepared my questions, and by the way, it's not myself who has been working on questions. These absolutely beautiful questions that you will hear today is a work of our superior administrator, Natalia Balabanova. So if you will like what we're going to be discussing today, make sure you send her a message saying, wow. All right, so let me check how to add Ian in the meantime, tell us where you're from, how you're feeling, how's the weather where you are based currently? Is it night? Is it morning? I'm not sure.
Okay,
Hello. Oh, I'm adjusting my picture as well. So, hooray! Amazing. Hello, dear Aunt. How
hello
are
there.
you today?
Well, I'm really fine, thank you.
That's
And I'm really
fantastic.
happy to be here with you. And I'm between classes, so I don't look as good as you, but I'm here.
No worries, you look absolutely great, and I'm sure we can always sort of do this filter magic and all this kind of stuff. So Instagram really helps with these kind of things. But yeah, actually, I bothered to apply some makeup today. Yeah,
Yeah, I
you can
couldn't
actually rarely
do
see me
it.
with
You
makeup.
couldn't. I couldn't do it. I didn't have any time.
That's
But I
amazing.
would like to thank you so much for inviting me. I'm really happy about this interview, and I hope that everyone will enjoy it as much as I do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will. But of course, be ready to answer their questions at the end as well, because we're going to go through our questions. And of course, if our audience is going to have anything to ask, guys, you're more than welcome to do that at the end of this amazing interview. So, shall we start?
Let's do it.
Oh, I love it, right? Oh, sorry, I think it was paused for a second. I'm back now. So, the first question, I would say it's very trivial one, but I'm sure lots of people are curious. What's your dance journey? How has it happened to be in your life? And what did you have to overcome? What obstructions you met on the way? So please share your story with us.
Yeah, sure. Actually, this history is not something that I share a lot on my Instagram, but my mom is also a dancer and teacher from belly dance, to be
Oh,
honest.
wow.
So
That's
yeah, she's
cool.
also a belly dancer, and well, I met the Arab dances because of her. Uh, when I was 8 years old, today I am now I am 28 years old. So yeah, it has like 20 years since the beginning of my story in dance, but it was because of her. She is a great artist, to be honest. It's not because she's my mom, but she's great, and she presented me to this wonderful world. And well, I owe all my history to her, to be honest. Like, she's always supporting me. She's the reason why I'm dancing today. So it's because of her. And when I started to dance, I started to do it in a studio in a school where it's really rare. This I know, but in that specific school, there were a lot of men doing it, a lot of men doing it, and they were doing the folk dances. They were not doing belly dance. So I knew at that moment that this was for me. Like
Okay.
I was fell in love with folk dances from the beginning.
Oh, that's interesting. Was it in Brazil or did you live elsewhere with your mom back then?
Oh no, here in Brazil,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, that's incredible. So Brazil actually has such a long story of belly dancing on the
Yeah,
country as well.
yeah.
It's
And
fantastic.
most of that is because Brazil is a really big country with a lot of different cultures in it. Also, the actually, I'm sorry, the biggest Arab culture, Arab community outside of Arab countries is in Brazil. So we
Oh.
have a lot of Arab peoples and including our families. So it's a live culture here in Brazil.
That's very interesting fact because I personally didn't know that. I always tend to think it's London, to be honest, because we have a really, really big like side of London as an Arabic culture side and Oriental side of it, and that's beauty of it as well. So now I'll know that it's Brazil. That's great. So oh, I'm really thinking whether I should just go to another trivial question or should I actually
Or
jump into something
feel for
spicy
that.
straight away? All right, let's actually keep that to then. I know that's going to be a very interesting one, an interesting fact about your life. So I'm going to keep it till a bit later to keep everyone
Okay.
interested and tense. So wait for it, guys. Right. So I actually don't know if you have heard, but for example, in Slavic countries, belly dance got super popular because of El Clone. I think that's how it's called
Yeah,
in
yeah,
like in your way. So it's the Clone series. But is it the same for Brazil? Do you know this series? Is it very popular?
yeah.
And did it influence belly dance in Brazil as well?
Yeah, I was a little boy when this TV show was on TV, but The Clone was a really famous show here in Brazil. We call it something like a novel,
Mm.
but um, how can I say this? Of course, that The Clone influenced a lot in how many students went to schools to learn belly dance because of Giovanna Antonelli.
Yeah,
She was,
Giovanna.
yeah,
Totally.
she was the main character and the main dancer in that novel. But to be honest, of course, the clone was probably the most, how can I say this? It was at that moment where really a lot of new students went to schools to learn belly dance. It was probably the reason why Brazilians learned about belly dance. But as I told you, the Arab community in Brazil is really big. So there were a lot of schools and students and teachers already.
Okay.
Um, yeah, yeah. Also, a lot of the how can I say this in English? Choreographers. Yeah,
Yeah.
choreographers. Right? A lot of the teachers that taught the Giovanna Antonelli and the other actresses, they were Brazilians. So the belly dance was already something. It was already a thing here in Brazil at that moment. But yeah, I think the clone was a really important moment to belly dance in all Western world, including Europe and North America, because that TV show was Brazil was exporting it to the whole globe.
That's so it's actually had slightly different direction of development when it comes to belly dance in Brazil and like our Slavic countries, for example. So that's interesting because for us, I would say the clone was something that really heated things up around belly dance, and that actually was the moment when everyone was so fascinated and everyone suddenly wanted to learn it. Obviously, we had teachers, we had belly dancers back then too, but it wasn't as popular, it wasn't as developed as it was in that moment when clone started streaming on TVs and everything in Brazil. So that's very interesting. So have you ever met Giovanna Antonelli live? Have you ever seen the actors
No,
live?
absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. Brazil is really big. It's really difficult to meet those people. But we Brazilians, of course, that so many different teachers and dancers already told me about the clone. But for Brazilian people, when they heard that other countries watches our shows and listen to our music, Brazilian people like go crazy about this because we love to know about these kind of things, and it's interesting to be
And
talking
it's
to you about this.
yeah, and it's
Yeah,
definitely something they don't expect. Yeah, that wow, Brazilian series in
yes,
like in
exactly.
Slavic countries. That's amazing. Because for example, UK has absolutely different course. They never watched Clone. They have no idea it exists, etc. So there are actually lots of series they're missing out. To be honest, like Brazilian, Turkish. Too much amazing things that they're missing out on. That's my opinion, but that's another story for another interview. Let's carry on with more questions that we have prepared for you. So, excuse me.
Don't worry.
Uh, we know that samba is super popular in Brazil. Like you dance samba from super young age, and it's for everyone, for kids, for adults, boys, girls, doesn't matter. Everyone has to dance samba. And of course, as a result, as your cultural thing, you have lots of different schools, lots of tutors, lots of different, I'm sure, festivals and everything. But considering that something is so popular already when it comes to dance style in Brazil, do they still accept different styles like belly dance easily? Is it something that the audience is taking simply and welcoming rather than like being very critical about it? So, what's your opinion on that?
Well, that this topic, like we could talk about it for an hour, to be honest.
I have time.
Yeah, so let's do it. The thing is, for example, of course, that Brazil has a really strong culture, and Brazilians do love our own culture. But samba for younger generations, like I really love samba, to be honest. And there's these variations of samba that we call a pagode, for example, and I really love both samba or pagode. But for younger generations, samba is something for older people.
Oh,
So they really don't listen or dance to it anymore. Of course, there are some people that still do, but samba often, like maybe the last 10 or 15 years, Brazilians only talk about samba when it's carnival time.
oh.
Do you know carnival?
Yes, of course. We
Yeah,
even
that's
have it
really
in
big
London,
and
believe it or
colorful.
not. We have 2 days every year of a huge Brazilian carnival in London on our
Exactly,
streets.
exactly. So in Brazil, like in Brazilian territory, it's really common to listen and to dance samba only on carnival. It's not a
Oh,
really
okay.
a strong culture anymore, but of course for younger generations. And so we have this fact. So maybe in the last 15 years, Brazilian culture changed a lot, like a lot, really. So we now have the Brazilian funk. I don't know if you ever
Oh no, I don't
listened to a
think so.
song of that. Yeah, there are a lot of trend here on Instagram or on TikTok that they use these trending videos that they use funk songs to go viral. So probably you already listened to it, but you didn't know it was funk.
Oh, maybe. Highly
Yeah.
possible. That's very
So
interesting.
now funk dance and funk song is really strong and really famous in Brazil, and younger generations are really focusing on it. Also, hip hop songs are pop songs, pop Brazilian style, that kind of thing. So I think that because of this change, on culture on the last years, Brazilians started to be more acceptable of other cultures, including from other countries. But besides all that, we have to remember that Brazil is like as big as a continent, like literally. So in different regions of Brazil. For example, in my region, I live. How can I say this name in English? Southeast. Yeah, I live in southeast of Brazil, and here we have a lot of Arab families, a lot of Japaneses, Chineses, and Korean families, most from Africa or Asia. But in the south and the northeast of the country, we have a lot of European families there, especially in the south. So, and on the north, also North Americans. So, uh, from the beginning of Brazilian history, we are always in contact with other cultures and with other people. So, yeah, I think it's pretty easy for Brazilians to accept another cultures, dances, and songs. However, Brazilian Brazilians are really religious, to be honest. Like there
Okay.
are a lot of really traditional families that are really deep into religion, and these people they hate belly dance. Like they can't understand it. They can't understand why the dancer is dancing with two pieces, why she's so sexy, why she's so beautiful, why she's using that much. Sorry, why she's using. Can you hear me? Oh,
Yes, yeah,
perfect.
can do.
Why she's using that much of makeup? So they do a lot of how this word is difficult. Criticism. Criticism.
Criticism.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you.
Spotted.
Uh, and most of that is because of Orientalism. That was the process where the Western world changed the image from the Eastern world, from the Orient, right? So, yeah, in Brazil, it's this is still really alive here, but mostly in more traditional families or religious people. But in general, Brazilian people is pretty acceptable of other cultures.
Hmm. How interesting. We have traditional samba with its super bright and extremely open outfits, and then you're sharing this fact that there are lots of religious people, and it's not that easy to like distribute belly dance classes around, basically. So that's I had no idea. So I don't know about you guys who are watching us right now, but I find lots of this super interesting because I had no idea at all. Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
and,
So
and
that's
to be
amazing.
honest, funk and samba suffers from the same thing as belly dance
Oh,
because they use
okay.
more central movements or last close. So these people are always really critic about samba, funk, or belly dance.
Okay. Now we know. So whoever is going to Brazil, make yourself aware of that. Right. Because we are super attentive group admins, we saw on your Instagram some posts that you were actually working as a volleyball coach.
Yeah, yeah,
So, can you please share us the story of transition, first of all? How did you happen to be a coach? How did you happen to be a dancer?
yeah,
What's in between?
yeah. Though these are two different Ians, to be honest. But I was a volleyball coach when I was in college. I'm sorry, because here in Brazil, so you can be a sport coach from football, volleyball, basketball, whatever. We have to. I really can't say this word in English. I don't know how to say it, but well, you have to be on college. Actually, you have to be finished on college
Hmm.
and on sports science. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the word. Yeah. So I did this sports science course in college. College, yeah. And then while I was doing it, I got this opportunity to train two feminine volleyball teams from
Hmm.
the college. So it was from two different courses there. And well, it was a really amazing experience, to be honest. And I have an opportunity to work with like my idols from this sport. There is this really famous and really loved coach from Brazil that is his name is Bernardinho. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
No,
Yeah,
sorry.
he was the coach. Don't
My
worry, don't
volleyball
worry,
knowledge is very limited.
don't worry. he was the coach that gave a lot of gold medals to Brazil in both Olympics and World Championships. So he's really famous, and I worked with him because of my time while volleyball coach. And there was this time while working with him that I had to decide because he gave me a opportunity to be working directly with him in his team. So I have to decide to stop dancing and go with him or stop doing the volleyball coaching and focus on dance. So I decided, of course, to focus on dance. And that's when I realized that I have to really focus on it. I have to really study and be patient with my own process because it was a really difficult choice because it was like, oh, you will be poor or you will receive a good amount of money right now. So yeah, it was really difficult to make this decision, but I really feel it and like home when I'm dancing. It's part of me, like it's running through my veins, really. So I couldn't abandon dance. So yeah, here am I today.
I see.
And
Actually, this is a very kind of a important topic you also touched right now, because even for example myself personally, I'm going through quite a tough times deciding whether I should be a full-time office slash dancing or whether I should do part-time office, like, because it's really overwhelming very often emotional wise and mental health wise when I just
yeah,
spend lots of energy in office. And I can't say I don't like my job, I like dancing more, but at the same
yeah,
time, yeah, we know that every country has a different cost of living, and there is no way I can skip office and like make decent amount of money straight away as a dancer. So it is not a simple decision, and I know so many people who have to combine two and really suffer, but it's not that easy to make a step. So just for us who are still suffering, could you please share your personal opinion and your personal experience, whether you ever had really tough moments due to that decision, whether you ever had doubts whether you should come back to that stability or not, and what was the changing point, what approach have you chosen at the end that started making you grow and you started earning more, you started getting more famous, getting more students, and then you felt absolutely comfortable with the dancing job that you're doing?
yeah. This is actually a pretty sensitive topic for many people. So I'm gonna talk about this with many caution. I can do it, absolutely. So well, I went through these two moments where I almost left dance. One of those moments I already talked about when I have to decide to be a volleyball coach or to
Mm-hmm.
be a teacher and dancer. But actually, before that, way before that, when I was a teenager, I went through a lot of bullying because of dance. Like kids were saying to me terrible things, and actually, the bullying in my teen when I was a teenager and in my childhood was a really bad thing, to be honest, because I was going through this in a lot of different ways because of my appearance, because of the way I talk, because of my voice, because yeah, like my style, and then because of dance. So it was a little bit too much for me at that time. So I almost decided to leave dance. Actually, I left dance for maybe 1 or 2 years, but I was always thinking about it and seeing videos on YouTube about it and about my partners that were still dancing. So I was like, I felt like I was lacking, I'm sorry, lacking a part of myself, when I stopped dancing. So I decided to go back and to keep studying and to focus on training. And of course, I was a teenager, but it was really serious for me. Like when I went back to dance, I decided well, I will be a dancer. I will be a professional in this. So I focused a lot of hours of my day to do that. And after that, we have that situation with volleyball. So how can you overcome this? Honestly, of course, the first thing that I'm going to say probably will attach more to the adults here that are watching our life. But try to learn who you are and where you're gonna be. Like, you have to focus. We can't just try a lot of different things at the same time. Like, for example, but in Arab dances, we have a lot of different styles, right? So you could be focusing right now in Saidi, Dabiki, Mejansi, Oriental, Romantic, Tarot, Tabla. So there are a lot of different styles. And a thing that I see that can be, how can I say this? Oh, I'm really lacking vocabulary today. That can be difficult for people to keep dancing is when they try to focus in a lot of different styles all at the same time. Try to know your style, who you are, and to choose better. Like, for example, you don't have to study and develop your skills in Mejanse, Tarab, Saidi, Dabiki, and Nubia dance at the same time. If you're already going to study Tarab, study Mejanse. If you're already going to study Saidi, study Baladi, and focus on those two. And just practice a little bit of the others, because when you're trying to study and practice and focusing in a lot of different styles, you will be overwhelmed for sure. And in that moment, people feel the need to stop dancing most of the times because they can't develop, they can't evolve as much as they would like. Also, this is a thing. Another thing is where I want to be in my career. For example, I want to be a dancer for sure. I want to be a teacher. I want to be a master teacher. I want to have a school. So try again to focus in one goal at a time. This was a thing that I took a lot of time to learn about this. I could be even far away right now, even far. How can I say it? Further.
Further
even
away.
further.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Further away in my career.
Okay.
If I learned this before. So now, for example, I'm totally focused on being a master teacher and on my online school, totally focused on that. I have another things that I could be focusing for sure, but if I was trying to do like maybe 5 or 4 things at the same time, I would be overwhelmed again and probably depressed, stressed, and wouldn't be able to be successful in any of those. And for the ones that are teens or kids and are like learning how to dance, starting their classes, just enjoy it, please. Try not to be as good as the professional that is your idol. Try not to compare yourselves. Like,
That's my
just enjoy the
problem. I can say that's my problem.
journey.
I need to do better. Never good enough. Never. Always biting myself.
Don't do that, please. Don't compare yourself, because now we have different bodies, different histories, different minds, different goals, and no one will ever walk the path that you were walking, and you will never walk the path that other people are walking. So your history is your own, and that's it, really.
Oh, I even don't know what to say. I can only move to the other question here, guys. Yeah, that's actually really valuable advice. And I would say it's always extra worth when it's coming from someone who had this decision to make in the past. Because we know that we can always easily say, oh, just if you don't like what you're doing, you want to do something else, do it. But when you actually face this moment, when you have to take a decision and you actually understand all the outcomes and all the struggles, all the abstractions you're gonna have, and as an adult you have certain responsibilities, that's when it's actually challenging.
Yeah.
So that's why it's really valuable to hear this advice. So I'm sure lots of people who will watch us later on in the recorded version of this interview, they will definitely, lots of them will definitely relate to this particular thing and this particular advice, because lots of people face this absolutely same choice in one way or another. And coming back to you being a volleyball coach in the past, can you say that there were some certain skills that you were able to transfer to your cane work or something like that? Where did that come from?
No, no, to my dance, absolutely not. But for my classes, for sure, because as a volleyball coach, I was dealing with a lot of different girls in different phases of their life. Yeah,
Sorry.
no, and um, with different egos, you know, because they were athletes during college.
Mm.
So yeah, there was, I'm sorry, that is a really difficult time for most of us. The time where you were studying and trying to do something like art, dance, or a sport. People were really stressed, really overwhelmed because of the college and all that. Okay, so I have to learn how to manage those feelings and those egos and those different histories to make them work together as a team to win against the other team that probably would be facing the same issues or not. So we didn't know. So I had to prepare myself first to be able to prepare them. So this taught me a lot, to be honest. So today my classes, my groups, my students, um, I often use those skills with them, you know, to be able to. Oh, my love is here. Love you guys.
Yeah, I have just read the message with one eye. One is looking at you, one looking there. What's going on on the chat?
Oh, tomorrow I'll be with her finally. Love you
Oh,
guys. Love you. Love.
that's
So
so
yeah,
sweet.
in my classes, I for sure I use these skills as that I learned as a coach,
Mhm.
but not on my dance. Absolutely not.
All right. Dancing is
Beijo,
not. That's
Valéria.
fine.
A little Portuguese. Beijo, Valéria. Muito obrigado. Beijo, Babi, que está aqui também. Muito obrigado. E Ariel. Beijo para vocês, gente.
Whatever he said, I agree.
I just send them kisses for the Brazilian girls that are watching us.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, unfortunately, we can do it in English so then we can mutually understand each other. I wish there was some sort of language that everyone knew, everyone could speak and understand. That would be so
Oh,
amazing. But
this was, yeah, for sure, for sure.
right. And I am slowly coming to another very common and important topic to discuss actually at some of your stories, some of your posts on Instagram. You also mentioned that you are generally a quiet, shy person. So did you need to do anything in the past to train yourself to be more open? Because we know that performance is all about energy exchange, and it is a very common issue when shyness is preventing to share this energy, to relax on public, and to give the best you can when you go on stage or even during teaching workshops as well. So share, how did you overcome that? What kind of tricks do you do in your personal stage performance life to not allow this shyness to destroy anything?
Yeah. I said a thing in another question that I don't recall exactly which question, but well, uh, first of all, we have to be ourselves, like really. That thing that I said about comparing ourselves to other people, to our idols, to other teachers, this will make us even more shy. Like I am a really shy person, so I know what I'm talking about. And when I was younger, I compared myself a lot to others.
Mm,
Of course, that we still do it. Maybe everyone does it on time to time, but I think it's normal in little doses.
mm,
But um, today, I'm really focused on myself, on my personality, on my style. And when I decided to accept my style, to accept my shyness, that was when my dance was going to another level, to the next level. Because in the beginning, when I was a younger man and a teenager, I was always comparing myself to others. And these others that I was comparing myself, they were like maybe 20 years older than me. So why I was comparing myself to them, you know? So this made me even more shy. And of course, the bullying that I went through in school, it gave me a lot of this shyness feeling, this shy feeling. But yeah, probably when I decided to accept who am I, to accept the way I smile, to accept my look, my eyes, and to like, well, this is me. And if you don't like, well, patience. That's all I can say to you. And yeah, so when I accepted this, it was really life-changing for me. And how I did this, to be honest, the classes helped me more than the stage.
Okay.
Because when I was on stage, I like it's such a little time, like 3 minutes, 5 minutes when we're dancing much. So it's really quick. Of course, that our heart is almost jumping outside of our mouth. I know that, but it's such a little time. And when I started to give classes, to have those little eyes looking to me and expecting my knowledge and my vibe, my good energy, I realized that to those people I have to deliver, like really deliver, even more than to the public, you know, because they will be with me for the entire year, for hours and more hours. So the classroom actually changed a lot of who am I today, because I'm still shy, actually, but as a teacher, I learned how to control it better because I have to not even just dance. I have to look in those eyes. I have to help them. I have to guide them. I have to talk to 1 or 2 hours straight. So give classes help me a lot to overcome my shyness, and I think that other people could try it. Like start little, give classes to the basic, or maybe to your friends, to people that you feel more comfortable with, and probably you will be able to slowly talk better and to accept who you are actually. And of course that we today, as we have social media, these things are even easier, not truly easier, but it is a little bit easier because you could just open a live class here for free for everyone, just so you can practice and see yourself doing it. Because for real, to overcome shy it could be trained. This personality, your stronger self, could be trained actually. So you can train it on you. So if you think, for example, oh, so Ian is not shy today. Actually, it's the opposite way. I'm still shy, but I accepted it.
Oh, I think we lost connection for a sec. Let's wait for it to reinstate. All right, guys, let's check who is off, whether it's me or it's Ian. Ian,
Hello.
can you hear me? Are you back?
Yeah. Can you
Okay.
hear me?
Is it my connection or is it your connection?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I was asking people the same.
Okay, so your image is still having this running circle
Oh,
over
really?
it. Yeah, does mine do the same, or you can see me moving?
No, I can see you.
Okay,
I can
yeah,
see
now
you.
you're moving as well. So
Oh,
I think we're
okay.
slowly coming back. Okay, phew, that's good. All right, so let me just quickly recall where it stopped. So it stopped where you were saying that you are actually more shy. So if everyone thinks you're not shy today, you're actually more shy.
Oh, no, no. I think I expressed myself badly. I meant that I am still shy. It's not like I overcome my shy self, like, oh, I don't feel it anymore. I still feel it, but I learned how to accept it. Like, I am a shy person, so when I'm going to festivals and there are a lot of people trying to take photos and talk to me, and I have to be smiling all day, like it's, of course, I love it. It's a really good feeling, but it's a little bit overwhelming to me because it's not actually who I am in my day-to-day situations. So in the beginning, it was really difficult for me to accept this in myself. So today I just accept it. I know that I have to take some time to myself after that day on the festival. I have to be with myself to like let all that energy go through and to understand everything that happened on my day. I know that this is who am I. I'm sorry, this is who I am. So uh, I just accepted it, and for sure, being a teacher helped me a lot in that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Actually, I am currently on your Saidi course. Yeah, obviously, I could spend way more time studying with that. I have so much going on recently, but actually, inspired by your example a lot, I'm trying to post more tutorials on my Instagram these days. And actually, what I find really strange for myself is to just talk to the phone. Like, I
Yeah.
have lots of people in front of me. And I remember the very first times when I just started on this Reels and tutorials thing. I was feeling so stupid that I'm just literally talking to a metal thing right in front of me. And even now, sometimes I struggle to overcome this feeling like, okay, I'm not doing it for my phone, I am doing it for people. What's your advice to sort of start taking it easier with
Like to
with
work online, you mean?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, uh, actually, what you're already doing, keep doing it. Just try to do it because, as I said, it is we can be trained on that. So try to record a class, try to record these videos, this step by step tip videos, and to be honest, in my experience, the live classes, of course, for example, the not the presential, yeah, the presential ones, actually the live,
Mhm.
like on Zoom, Google Meet, or here on
Yeah.
Instagram. The live classes will help you way more than you think because people will be here trying to talk to you, trying to ask questions, and you have to stop all your schedule to answer that question, to give them attention. So it will help you a lot to develop this side of yours.
Yeah, actually, I very much agree on the point that the audience involvement actually does help a lot. Like, I recently started posting more stories like, what tutorial do people want to see next? And they actually started giving me really good ideas. And like, yes, I have my own, but still, what they ask for, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's also interesting. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I should do that. So, yeah, thank you very much for sharing the advice. And hopefully
Oh, well.
I'll send you some homework for the Saidi course as well. Yeah, guys, for your information, Ian doing an amazing Saidi course. It has a lot of different uh, lessons within it. It has hours and hours of information. And as far as I know, Ian is also working on developing this course, adding on some more stuff from January. I'm lucky to still have access then, so I'll see everything.
You will, don't worry,
But
don't
yeah,
worry.
please share some information on that because yeah, we should use live streams for promoting the work we're doing as well. So yeah, go on.
Yeah, sure. Well, as I told you before, I am totally focused right now on being a master teacher for festivals, of course, but also on my online school. And right now, in November and December, I'm going through, not me actually, the online school is going through a big change because the original online school is called Aunar.
Mhm.
But now I'm going to divide Aunar with my partner. So she will take care of Aunar Festival, and the school will be changing name. It will be called, oh, this could be difficult for the ones that don't speak Portuguese, but Arichi, it's like Arichi. So Arichi, it will be the new school. And on this new school, I will update all my courses, including the detailed Saidi, the course where you are. So I will update the courses, give them new classes, more quality of video, audio, and didactics. This word is really difficult. And also bring more teachers to the school, including teachers from Egypt, Europe, and other teachers from Brazil. So the school will be really bigger. And the students that are with me right now in 2024 will have a lot of advantages for this new school. And the ones that are having access right now will get free updates to the next courses and the next school. So well, I resumed it a lot, and let me explain to you what the courses are. Well, we have this detailed Saidi course, which is a full Saidi training. Right now it has 30 pre-recorded classes with monthly live class, and you will learn everything about Saidi, like everything. Culture, costumes, history, different styles, different influences, songs, rhythms, and it has a exclusive choreography. Right now, in the end of November, I will update this course with new classes, new techniques, and a new choreography, which will be part of the next course. And I have Folk Master also, which is a pack filled with 8 different folk choreographies.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. And for November, I'm giving you a really great opportunity to join both at the same time by the price of one, but actually by a lower price of one. So it's a really special price for joining both courses, so you can enjoy the update for the next school and the next courses. So don't worry, Evgeniya, you will still have access to the next course. Don't worry.
Yeah, I am definitely lucky. I'm so lucky for that. And actually, when I joined, I had no idea that this was coming. So yeah, I'm super lucky. And yeah, this has extreme amount of information. Honestly, I think this is one of the most fulfilling courses on some specific topic that I've ever studied online. This is absolute must for those who like folk styles. So this is a yes from me.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Listen to her. You know what she's talking about. Listen to her.
Yes, I know. I know exactly what I'm talking about. And actually, as far as I know, you are the first teacher from Brazil who specializes and teaches as many different folk styles specifically. This is actually a very difficult styles to work with, especially for like non-Egyptian, non-Arabic, and it's even sometimes considered to be impossible for people of other cultures, as far as we know as well. Could you please share why have you chosen folk styles? And yeah, I remember your pre-story at the beginning of
Yeah.
this interview that you were watching it with your mom, and that's how you sort of started feeling that that's your path. But share more on how you learned it, from who, what's your journey with the folk styles, which one is your favorite as well. So all that details, please.
Yeah, actually, I would like to say that I'm not the first teacher in Brazil to specialize in Arab folk styles. Actually, there are many that came before me, like Tel Versiani, Fael Rabelo, Tariq,
Okay.
and also Marcio Mansur. Marcio was my teacher when I was a teenager. So I am actually the first to go like to teach folk styles in Europe, North America, Asia. I am the first one that exporting my teaching like across the globe, right?
Yeah.
I am, yeah. Uh, but can you please repeat the ending of the question again? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
of course. So share, how did you come to folkloric studies? Like, who were your
Oh, yeah.
teachers? Who are your inspiration? What style is your favorite? We want to know everything, literally.
Yeah. I chose folk styles because, as I said, when I'm dancing Saidi, Nubian, Dabiki, I feel like I'm home, you know? It's like it's part of myself, like it always was. So I always felt really good while dancing those styles. And I don't feel really good when I'm dancing
Mm,
Mejanse, for example. I study it, yeah, I do, but I really, how can I say? I don't really enjoy it, you know. I just do it for develop myself and
mhm,
my knowledges,
mhm,
but I don't like the more actual styles like Mejanse,
mhm,
Oriental, and like the belly
mhm,
dance part of the dance. No, I think I express myself badly because I love baladi, I love gawazi.
mhm,
Also, I not dance it, I not
mhm,
present it on stage. I really love it, and I give it on my classes. So it is actually a thing that from the beginning I felt way better while dancing folk styles, even if those folk styles were for meant for women.
mhm.
I always felt better there. For example, in baladi or in Gawazi styles or even Hagala. So I think it's more about how I feel
Mhm.
when I'm dancing it, or than a logical thing. It's more about feeling. But the ones that I like the most, Saidi, of course. I really love Saidi dance. It's like part of me already. And today, actually, I really love Saidi dance. Please keep calling me, keep inviting me to dance Saidi and to teach Saidi. So that said, sometimes when I'm going to some festivals, like I'm, for example, um, this weekend I will be in another city in Brazil called Santos to teach Saidi and then Saidi one more time. But I told them that I would like to dance Dabiki and Nubian dance, and they were no,
No.
they were like no, you will dance Saidi. So sometimes I would really like to dance another style, but they can't let me do it. But yeah, yeah, Babi, you. So actually, Babi, who's here in our live, we had this conversation yesterday. I was like, no, I don't want to dance Saidi.
Yeah,
I want to dance
I can see
Dabiki.
already. Yes, you're gonna dance Said.
Exactly. In Portugal, it was the same. I told them that I would like to dance two Dabikis on the gala show, and they were, no, no, you will dance two Saidi dances. So yeah, there was I. Yeah. So yeah, I really love Saidi. It's like a part of myself. I can't live without it anymore, really. So including the sticks are here, you see. So, but besides Saidi, I really, really enjoy dancing Nubian dance. Like it's so fun and so easy to dance, and the movements are really graceful. I really love Nubian dance, Mambuti too, the Fisher dance, and for sure Dabiki is one of my favorite. Probably Dabiki and Saidi are both my favorite styles to dance. Dabiki is a really strong and impactful dance, and I can be a different version of Ian Montes while dancing Dabiki because Said is really elegant, really about being agile, and Dabiki is a really strong dance, and I really love to do that. So probably to dance, those are the four that I most like, that I like the most to do. Mambuti, Nubian, Saidi, and Dabiki. But I really love to teach Baladi with Asaya, Gawazi, Hagala dance, and also Washaha. I like to teach it, but I don't like to dance it on stage. Like Washaha, it's not for me.
Okay. Interesting. That's very interesting. Actually, I I generally don't have super amazing relationship with folk styles, especially Saidi, because I remember when I moved into this house, and I assembled my dance studio, etc., I actually started practicing, and I took Saidi cane, and I was like, oh, I haven't practiced Saidi for a while. I should actually do something about it. And I smashed my bulb on the ceiling with the
Oh my
cane. So at the end, I ended up barefoot in the middle of my dance room with like lots of glass pieces
oh
around. And I was like,
my God.
oh. So I had to literally use my Saidi cane to move the glass as much as possible from my way where I stand. So,
Did you hurt yourself?
yeah, no, I did not, thankfully. But the
Oh,
cane actually helped. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm such a disgrace to canes and Saidi, but I had to use the cane to move the glass because I was barefoot. I didn't have any shoes or
yeah.
anything around me. So after that, I think I didn't approach Saidi for about, I don't know, 3-4 years. But the same time, I started getting a huge passion for props. Like, I love wings and stuff, and I'm probably the same about these as you are about Saidi and
Yeah.
folk style. So like, you are Saidi, and I love props the same. And I always say everyone, can I teach props? Just please invite me to teach props. I don't want to teach ballet. I don't want to teach anything else like arms, etc. Just props. No. We need something else. Okay. And since then, like, yes, I didn't smash my bulbs with Saidi canes, but I smashed them plenty of times with the props, like wing sticks and everything. So at the end, I actually got a flat lamp that's like a pancake rather than a lamp. And I
I see
really
that.
hope it's gonna survive. 'Cause it
So
just,
I
yeah.
can see that it is like some kind of trauma for you when that.
Yeah. So your Saidi course is actually, I would say, the first in a very long time since I last studied folk styles art. So
Oh, but don't worry because
yes.
this happens a lot with me until these days, to be honest. I hurt myself a lot with the cane. I hit other people. These mirrors here, they are really strong because I, I throw the aside at these mirrors one
Oh
time a
my
week.
God. Yeah, and I'm sure these are the mirrors you record your amazing
Yeah.
tutorials in front of, so you probably had moments when you just throw your sigh into them. And actually, talking about your tutorials, you have so many on your Instagram, and literally those inspired me a lot to put my own more often as well and like concentrate on that. And I can see that you're also doing so many things outside these tutorials. So you prepare your dance school, obviously you teach, you travel, and you do tutorials. Where do you get time? Like, teach me the time management, not just me, but all of us who is watching that. How do you manage to get everything done?
Yeah. If I say to you that I don't manage to do it at all, it will be okay.
No. We're gonna cut that part out. You let's
No, but
pretend you didn't say that. Yeah.
yeah, but truly, it's so difficult, and there are these days also where I'm completely lost on what I have to do, where I have to focus. But I think that helped me a lot to do such different things in the same week, or even when I'm going to festivals and I keep posting tutorials or updating the courses,
Mm,
those kind of things, is to this is not easy to do because sometimes I fail on doing it, but I try. Every first day of the month, I sit down my ass on the chair and write down everything that I have to do on that month,
mm,
starting the first week. So the first day of the month, I really write down everything that I have to do, the most urgent things, the most
mhm,
important things, and then after that, I try to schedule my weeks. So to try to make it easier for me. But of course, not every time. It's not every time, every month that I can do it properly. But I try at least. You see. So it helped me. It helped me. It really helped me a lot. And more than that, I try not to. Again, I try not to. How can I say this? I really forgot the word. how can I say it? Babi, are you still here? Maybe you can help me. Let me, yeah. Yeah, it's not this that I found here, but yeah, it's like I try not to be like really bad with myself. You see, if I'm tired and I can't do things properly, I can't do like everything that I want to do in that day. That's okay sometimes. You see, so there was this time. Just a
Yeah,
second,
she's
Babi.
there. I can
Eu
see
quero
it. She's
falar.
there.
Eu quero falar. é, Sabe, cobrar. Eu não quero me cobrar demais. Eu não quero me cobrar. Eu aprendi a não me cobrar, mas eu esqueci como é que fala isso. But well, I try today to not be a bad person with myself, because sometimes I'm tired. Sometimes I just don't want to do that. You see. And back in the day, I was like really bad with myself because of these days. Like I still push myself.
Yeah, push
Exactly.
yourself hard. Yeah.
Thank you, baby. So I try not to push myself to my limit every single day. And back in the day, I was exactly like this. So I was always overwhelming my own mind, pushing myself to my limit every single day, every single week. And it didn't get me to anywhere, honestly. It was actually making me walking backwards because I was always tired, always stressful. So I couldn't do anything I want to do. So push myself didn't get me anything, actually. So today I learned how to not do that. So sometimes I will be tired, sometimes I don't want to do things, and that's okay. Sometimes, of course, not like the whole week, but sometimes it's pretty okay. We are still humans. And so try to schedule my months, my weeks, and also try not to push myself to my limit every single day. Helps me a lot in being able to do all that.
So, guys, take this on board. Don't push yourself too hard. Allow yourself to relax, to be human, and then you will be just like Ian. You will get Saidi course done, update for Saidi course done, online course development done, teaching around the world in Brazil done. What else? Oh, personal life, of course. We all saw these messages that your lovely partner left you. And just getting into that particular topic, can you please tell us if you and your partner have any other topics to discuss when you're relaxing? Do you have any taboo on dance things? Like, okay, when we're at home, when we're resting, we're not talking about belly dancing at all. We're not discussing dance and arts. We just have to distract. Or do you generally speak about dancing at all times when you're resting too? How is that happening between you?
Yeah, actually, maybe she's still here. I'm not sure. Gazo, my love, are you still here? I don't know, but well. Uh, yeah, me and Gazo, of course, we are both dancers, and we we breathe then 24 hours a day. But we are like in our relationship as partners. We are our how can I say? Yeah, we are. She's my best friend, and I am her best friend. So we really admire each other's company. We love to be with each other. So we talk about everything. To be honest, about the most stupid things to the deepest thing, actually. So when we are together, of course, that we record videos only for me, only for her, both of us. We talk about work, and actually we work together. But when we are together, we try to just to be ourselves and to enjoy each other's company. And I'm getting a little emotional right now because, yeah. I'm still dancing today because of her. She gives me a lot of support, a lot of love, a lot of kindness, a caring. So I'm still here today because of her. Because of course, it happens in every career, but we artists, we go through negation to tough times every single day. So the world is trying to crush us every single day. So it's common that we, at least once a year, that we think to leave all that and to go to an office and work with a normal job. But she's always there supporting me. She's always giving me strength, and I thank her a lot for that. I'm really grateful for being with her. And well, besides dance, we talk about classes, about courses. No, I'm sorry. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, we really love to to spend time together, and also with her son, Anthony, and he is the joy of our days when we are all together. So we love to go to the parks with him, to play with him, and to be together, the both of us. So we, as I told you, we are best friends actually. So we talk about everything. But yeah, sometimes I know that I make her really angry because of dance, because of work. Because when we are talking about dance, a secret only to this life, we have different ways to think of things, you see. Sometimes we will do the same thing and we want to be on the same path, but we often take different ways to do the same thing,
Yeah.
to reach the same goal. So I know that sometimes I get her really irritated with me.
Oh, that happens to everyone,
Yeah,
does it?
absolutely.
I mean, you should see the face when I ask my partner to take a video of me with a prop on the seaside or whatever we're passing by. I'm like, I got a prop with me. Can you just like hold my phone? So this is just the same kind of a story. But it's always good to have this support, and it's very important to have this kind of a person who is fulfilling you and supporting you in what you do, no matter whether you are up and down, because as artists we also do have periods of ups and downs. This is
Yeah,
something we cannot really deduct from our professional journey, and it's amazing to have a real friend and real partner who is always on your side and will
yeah,
always make you feel okay.
yeah, yeah. And we try to be as much as respectful and as we can be with each other. And this is the key, right? We have to always be respectful with our partner because sometimes I think people forget that their partner are also going through difficult times, also going through difficult days, and they also have their own goals, their own dreams. I think that sometimes people forget about that. So that's what we try to remember every single day, and that's why our relationship, besides dancing, work, and working together, our relationship is really, really healthy. And
Mm.
Sonia, I don't know if you were asking for mayhem or men. I don't know. But if it is for me, I'm from Brazil, and Evgeniya,
From the UK.
exactly.
Guys, we are going to have a question session at the very end. So while we are answering or asking questions, of course, it's not very convenient and comfortable to switch immediately and answer the comments. So stay till the end or wait till the question is over, answer is over, and you can type your message in. And as soon as we can, we're going to pick that on up. So, we have a few more questions that we have prepared for you. Are you okay with the time? Is it
Yeah,
all right to
absolutely.
carry
Yeah, don't
on?
worry. Don't worry.
Okay, fantastic. So when it comes to your style, when it comes to the art as you approach it and as you deliver it to the audience, can you please share who were your biggest inspiration in terms of your development as an artist and who you studied from when it comes to Oriental folkloric teachers?
Yeah, this is a topic that gave me, not gave, actually gives me a lot of headache, a lot of problems. to be honest.
Headache.
Because
Yeah,
in
that
the
was the
beginning,
right one.
yeah, headache. How can I say it?
Headache.
Headache. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because in the beginning, I was a self-teacher, to be honest. Of course, that I started in a school, but I learned that I was learning everything wrong in that school. So I decided to go uh, study by myself to learn what the right thing was. But I was a really poor boy back then, and that came from a poor family. So, and Brazil is really big. So, for example, from my birth city to São Paulo, where is the most, how can I say, the biggest amount of festivals and classes and workshops was always there. My city to São Paulo was like 500 kilometers away. And it's the same region. So you see, Brazil is
Yeah.
really big, so it's really expensive to go there. And even if I went there, I wouldn't have the money to study. So that's when I decided to study by myself, to be a self-teacher in Saidi, Nubian, Mambuti, Dabiki. And I study a lot of different books, different videos, documentaries. And then I started to give classes. And when because of the classes, I was earning some, at least a little of money. I was able to pay for classes, and at that time, I did a lot of classes with Wael Mansour from Egypt and Italy, and also I her name is really difficult, but Nesrin Baha.
I
Yeah,
don't think I've heard that one,
yeah,
I'm afraid.
she is not dancing today, but she was a dancer from troupe, Reda
Okay.
troupe.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I did a lot of classes with those two, and also with some Brazilian teachers in Brazil. That, yeah, maybe you won't know them, but that's okay. They are Rosana Melo and Gisele Kenji. They are from Brazil, and they are still here. And Rosana Melo, especially, she directly me, not directly, I'm sorry, she helped me develop my image as an artist and to develop my style, my own style. So she helped me a lot when I was like this poor boy trying trying to earn some money to pay for classes. So she helped me a lot because she was living in Egypt for a long time. She did a lot of shows there, did a lot of classes with Mahmoud Reda and Kazefi and, well, a lot of teachers. So she was giving me that knowledge at that time when I didn't have any money to pay for international workshops from master teachers. So she helped me a lot. So, of course, Wael Mansour, Hosanna, Gisele, and Nesrin, they were the four teachers that helped me to be who am I today. But Ahmed Refat was always my main inspiration. I was always a big fan of him, of his style, the way he danced. For me, Ahmed Refat, I don't know if you know him, but his work. But for me, he's the best teacher and dancer in Saidi of
Okay.
yeah, like ever. For me, he is the best one. So he still is my inspiration. I was talking to him about this these days. So yeah, probably I could say that Refat would be my main inspiration, but I can't forget about Wael Mansour, Nesrin, and Hosanna.
Okay. Great. Lots of new names I'm hearing today. I'm definitely going to search for those after the interview to check who they are and see their performances if they're available on
You will love
YouTube
them.
or elsewhere. That's
You will love them
amazing.
for sure.
Actually, this makes me think that there are so many artists actually that we never heard of, but they're so amazing. As soon as you discover them, just like you cannot stop watching, you can't stop following. It's incredible how many of us are there who are have such passion with belly dance and everything. That's
And
amazing, isn't it?
there are a lot of amazing teachers, like they with deep knowledge in Egyptian dances or Arab dances, I'm sorry, that don't want it to be master teachers. They just want to have their school in their little city, and that's all.
True.
And we don't know them, right? So Hosan is one of those.
That's very true, actually. That's very true. But I would say, thanks to their followers, like you, for example, more people start getting to know them as well. Because
Exactly.
they certainly got a few more today who's gonna Google and find everything about them, because it's just really interesting. That's true. Right. Yeah, I agree. So today you are the inspiration of many students. That's very true.
Oh,
I agree. I
oh,
very much
thank
agree.
you. And
Right. On your opinion, what's the future of belly dance in Brazil? How do you see the development path? What do you think is going to change in anytime soon, maybe later on? So let's look further to the future.
to be honest, I'm not really hopeful on belly dance future. I'm sorry, belly dance scenario in Brazil in the future, because Brazil is facing a really difficult economic moment right now. So people and actually whole families are getting more poor every day. Can I say poorer? Something like
Yeah,
that? Like more poor?
poor. More
Poorer.
poor, I would say. More poor.
Yeah, more
Mhm.
poor, exactly. So, of course, Brazil is still an amazing country to live, but day after day, more families are getting more poor. So, it will, and it affects belly dance and actually dance schools,
Mhm.
because also the dance schools, they can't right now afford much money, spend much money, I'm sorry, to develop their schools, to study, or to travel to other countries to study with other teachers, with master teachers. So there are a lot of schools that back then, maybe 10 or 15 years, they were really great schools. But today, they can't afford anymore to bring teachers, foreigner teachers to teach to their students and to do like really big festivals and really big shows. So, what Brazilian schools of belly dance, especially, are facing right now is that we don't have many new students. So, we are like lacking new students, and also the older students, of course, they will someday stop dancing. So, there are a lot of dancers that are students that they are stopping, but there are so few that are starting. So, the belly dancing scenario in Brazil is getting smaller and smaller
Mm.
year after year, but we still have hope that someday it will change again. But most of that is because people are struggling with money right now here in Brazil.
Mhm.
They can't afford the costumes, they can't afford classes. The
Yeah.
teachers can't afford to have a bigger school with foreigner teachers there. So this is probably uh, affecting the scenario, the whole scenario in Brazil.
Mhm.
But we're still having, we still have a lot of big festivals like Mercado Persa. It's probably the biggest one here in Brazil. And so we have these big festivals, big schools with amazing teachers like Fael Rabelo, Mahail El me. So yeah, we have a lot of good teachers here, good professionals, but the scenario is getting smaller. And I really don't know how we are going to change that in the future, but we are trying, at least.
Hmm. Yeah, I see. And I personally wish the very best to the whole country in terms of economical progress. And it's really sad when people have to survive rather than live. And
Yeah,
yes, belly dance is an expensive art. And I would say any
exactly.
dance, any hobby is expensive nowadays. So I sincerely hope soon people will get all the dance schools full again in Brazil. Because yes, you have incredible teachers, you have incredible potential, and the dancers and the musicians you have there are absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
I'm personally a fan of many of them, so that's why I really hope that the future of belly dance in Brazil is the greatest and the brightest. So
Yeah,
fingers crossed for that.
me too, to be honest. Me too.
Yeah.
Brazilian
And
student. Oh, I'm sorry.
no, that's okay. I was going to just jump into the next question, but keep talking.
No, I was just gonna say that even the Brazilian students, they are really amazing.
Yeah.
There are a lot of
Yes,
amateur
indeed.
dancers here that they look like professionals. They are really amazing. They study a lot, so it really hurts me to see the scenario getting smaller year after year. But
Yes.
I think that we will manage to get over it, to be honest.
And you have Tony Mosek. Tony, I love you. I'm sorry, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this moment to say I love you, Tony.
Tony,
I'm
he's amazing.
dreaming to
Tony's
come to
amazing.
Brazil one day. I'm so dreaming to come and see his performance live. That's my absolute dream. Maybe one day even to invite him with his band to the festival in here,
I
or
will
like the
help
event
you
arena.
to get to Brazil. I will help you. I'll help you to come
Oh,
to Brazil. You
Tony.
can come to Mercado Persa. Tony is always singing in Mercado Persa.
Oh,
And
amazing.
the most important thinkers are always there. So yeah, Mercado Persa would be a
Wow.
good festival to be.
That's incredible. Good to know as well. And also, I will note that I can ask you, and guys, you note as well, you can always ask Ian about the best festivals in Brazil and where you should go to enjoy the music, enjoy Tony Mosaic, of course. His live performances are amazing. Oh, what an energy he gives to people. That's incredible. Right. And jumping to the next question now. I think it's the last one for today. Oh yeah, it's kind of a last one. I'll tell you why kind of the last one. But
Okay, okay.
we know that every single country, when it comes to some dance style, art style, anything, has its own way of influencing this particular art. And I'm sure it's the same story with belly dance and Brazil. What, in your opinion, are the unique ways how belly dance was influenced in Brazil? What did Brazil give to enhance this beautiful art?
Yeah, this is a pretty strong topic, even in Brazilian territory, into Brazilian schools, because we can say that Brazil has its own style. Again, because Brazil has a lot of different people with different cultures in it, so it will affect dances, and for sure it affects belly dance. So in belly dance, we have some like it's from school to school. For example, we can have this school in São Paulo where their focus is the Ukrainian style, but we have another school in my city, for example, Ribeirão Preto. This name is really difficult. Don't try it. But Ribeirão Preto, where the schools here are totally focused on Egyptian styles, traditional dances, folk style. So we have these different regions and different schools focusing in different styles. So this is actually something that I really love about the scenario in Brazil, because when you go to a festival, you can't expect anything. Like you will see everything and nothing at the same time because there are such different styles from so many different schools and cities. So it's really difficult to say, wow, this is Brazilian style, because of many different reasons, because there are a lot of different cultures here, because Brazil is really big. But we could say at least that right now Brazil is going through a change in its belly dancing style, because there are a lot of new students and also the older ones that they are getting bored when they see or when they dance Oriental songs with Mejanse or Tarot. They are more and more going through traditional dances like Golden Age style or folk styles.
Mm-hmm.
So these styles, these more traditional styles, are getting stronger in Brazil year after year. Of course, we are a big country with a lot of festivals, and we still have space for emergency, for modern, for romantic. Don't worry about that, Brazilians. But folk styles and traditional styles are getting stronger
Mm-hmm.
here. So we could say maybe that in the future, Brazil will have this unique style in traditional way of doing it. Maybe. So, but it's really difficult to say. For example, the Ukrainian style is really powerful with a lot of hair and jumps and strength. In Brazil, we have dancers that do that too, but we have another dancers that would never do that because they really don't like it
Mm.
for their own dance. So yeah, we can say that Brazilian dancers have a style in common. It's like more like 10 or 15 different styles in Brazilian territory.
That's interesting. My personal view on Brazilian belly dance style is that you guys use so much hip work when it comes to like
Yeah,
Oriental belly dance style, and I don't think I have seen any other countries where you can find such detailed and complex
Egypt.
hip. No, I would argue with that actually. I think Brazilians still win. Yes, but not as much as Brazil, because you have all these different levels, all these different layers, different combination of accents, which is very unusual. And actually, I do take lessons from Brazilian dancer Igor Kishka, and
Oh
that's
yeah,
what I absolutely love about his work. That it's just his hip work, and I would say generally Brazilian dancers' hip work just crush my brain, and it
yeah,
just needs some time to reload and then like get another movement and then again reload. And I'm like, what's going on? Was it even supposed to move that way? And actually very much like this because even when it comes to, for example, Slavic dancers, which I belong to as well, yeah, from this particular family, I cannot repeat that. And many professional, super highly skilled dancers, they cannot repeat this hip work because this is not something we used to be doing.
yeah,
And that's why I
yeah.
like making my brain crash like this at my lessons with Igor. And I really love how Brazilian dancers approach the hip work, and they have so many different various accents, and it's incredible. So,
Yeah, yeah. Actually, your approach is totally right, and I agree with you. Yeah, the hip work in Brazil is really strong, and probably that's because we drink from the bottle from different cultures and different styles, and we mix all that in one single style. So that's probably because of that. But you're totally right. Yeah, I agree with you.
yeah, that's my personal perception when I watch videos and when I study from Brazilian teachers. And I would say every single country has something like this, but like
Yeah.
Brazilians and hip work, oh my God, guys, you're the best, honestly, when it comes to the hip work. Right, so these are all the questions that we have prepared for today. And now we have sort of a small tradition to do a quick blitz questions, as we call it. I didn't send those to you that we're going to be doing that ones,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
because I wanted it to be a total surprise that there will be something fast paced like this. So it's just a very trivial questions. I wouldn't say this is actually about dancing too much or anything deep, but we still would like to know. For example, your favorite food.
Parmigiana. I can't explain this. I
I
can't
agree.
explain this. It's like a chicken steak with a lot of cheese on it, and also this red, like it's like a barbecue, but it's chicken with a lot of cheese and barbecue, and Brazilian rice and fries. This is Parmigiana.
Okay. Do you prefer traveling or staying in a cozy home?
Oh, traveling, absolutely. That's why and I am an artist. I like to travel to know other cultures, travel.
Your favorite time of the day?
The morning, absolutely. because
Are
Brazil
you
is too old.
are you an early bird?
I'm sorry.
Are you an early bird or you're a night owl?
Yeah, yeah. I'm totally an early bird. Like
Oh, lucky you.
five, really, 5 a.m. I am already awake.
There's no chance in a world I can do that. I'm a total night owl. I don't understand people who don't want to sleep in the morning. All right. When you traveled, which country mesmerized you the most?
Korea. Yeah, probably because I spent more time in Korea than in any other country besides Brazil, of course. But yeah, Korea for sure.
Your favorite musician?
Whoa, okay. I don't know. Wow. I don't know. Maybe I would say it's not my favorite, but like I have to be fast paced. So the one that I listen the most nowadays would be The Weekend. But it's not like my favorite. But yeah, it could be The Weekend.
Okay. What's your favorite movie genre?
Uh, okay, again, I don't know. maybe, maybe, maybe drama. Maybe drama. Yeah.
Mhm. Is it historical drama or is it like crying,
No,
heartbreaking
like for
story drama?
example, The Joker, the first one.
Mm,
Like those kind of movies that
okay.
gave me realistic and really dramatic feeling to some kind of city or situation. Those kind
Mm.
of movies.
Do you prefer performing or teaching?
Teaching for sure. I love performing, but I'm a teacher from heart.
And Saidi or Dabke?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Don't do that to me, please.
That's a harsh one. I know, I know.
Ooh, uh, Saidi, I guess, but it's a really close call.
Oh, now Dabke's gonna cry because you said Saidi.
I'm sorry, that.
All right, these are all the Blitz questions. So, guys, my questions for these interviews all over, so Ian can go, whew, no more. And now you all have a chance to ask something. So please leave your question in comments, and we're gonna answer that. Well, not we, not me. Ian is gonna answer the questions.
Ask
So let's
anything
give
you
it
want.
a
Feel
couple
free
of
to do it.
minutes.
Feel
Let's
free
see.
to do it. Ask anything you want. And thank you so much for being here, really. And Evgenia, again, thank you.
Oh,
Really,
that
I'm
was an
really happy.
absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for arranging it. Actually, I cannot not share that one. So usually when we arrange interviews, obviously we leave some time in advance to have time to prepare the questions, to prepare timings, ads, and everything. And I remember when I messaged Ian, I was like, "Oh yeah, shall we do the interview, etc., etc." And he was, "Yeah, yeah, I have time on Wednesday." And I checked the schedule and I realized that Wednesday is like tomorrow or after tomorrow. I
Yeah.
was like, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute, no, we need a bit of time. So yeah, we gave it 1 week ahead, so we had time to prepare everything, and yeah, then here we are. So he's actually very quick with everything, like super fast, like immediately. Yeah, done, sorted, scheduled, cool.
Let's do
Right.
it.
So let's wait. And of course, guys, while we're waiting for questions from you, I also would like to share that we have an amazing masterclass in our online belly dance academy from Ian as well. So let us know if you're interested. You can always message us on Instagram, and you can always buy this amazing masterclass workshop online. So it's in English language, by the way. So
No,
so
I think
I
that's it. I don't think
y-
people will.
yeah, it looks like they don't have any questions. We actually discussed so many things
Yeah,
today, so I'm pretty
for
sure
sure.
that
Yeah.
whoever watched us from start, they had a chance to hear everything that they were even about
Yeah.
to question. So that's amazing. Yeah, it means we've done a great job here. So All right, guys, then we are going to let Ian go. I'm sure he has lots of classes and lots of things to prepare. He has my amazing Saidi course. I'm waiting for my update, so he has to work on that one. So thank you once again so much for your willingness and for your time to run this interview, to be interviewed by me and to do this for our online group. Of course, I will tag everything and send it to you as well. You will receive all this collaboration stuff as well. And hopefully we will do it again at some point in the future.
Yeah, I'm totally in for that. So, Evgenia, again, thank you so much. Really, I'm really proud to have be able to do this live. I'm really happy to be here. You were an amazing person. Like I really love
Thank
your
you.
vibe and your laugh. I really love
I'm
to be
laughing a
here with
lot,
you.
sorry.
No, I love it really. So thank you so much for your kindness and care to me. And well, I hope we can do it again soon.
Yeah, with the different questions.
For sure.
But
Yeah.
very interesting ones as well. Yeah, we never have not interesting questions, guys, generally. Yeah, Santos is waiting for you to
Yeah,
dance to
I'll
Saidis.
be there this weekend.
For Saidis. All right. Well, have a great weekend in Santos. I hope you enjoy your Saidi performances, and it was a pleasure to host you on our Academy page. Thank you
No, my
so much
pleasure.
once again.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Bye bye, everyone. Have a great evening. Now I'm going to try to stop this stream and not to delete it.
Bye, everyone. Thank you
Bye,
so much. Bye,
guys. Bye,
Virginia.
Ann.
Thank you.
Bye.